Hi, I'm Trista, and today I'm going to share with you a most influential person in 2021. And the person that I choose today is 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 Billie Eilish, and she was ranked as pioneer by Time magazine in 2021. So, in today's presentation, I'm going to include introduction, main discussion, conclusion, and question and an answer session. And as for my introduction, I'm going to divide my main discussion into three main parts, which is music, social issue, and body image. And let's start with music. Okay, so these are the three albums that Billie had released since her debut, and you can simply know cover that their styles are very different. Um, and today I'm going to put my emphasis on Happier Than Ever, which is her latest album. And Happier Than Ever, this album was released during the COVID pandemic. And in my opinion, this album doesn't have a overall music genre or a overall music style. Because some of the song in it is soft and jazz influenced, while some of them are electropop and have a very strong beat. So in this album, you can also see the changeable and innovative characteristic in Billie's music. So, in Billie's words, she wished to create a timeless album that everyone can enjoy and always enjoy to it. So she was inspired by a lot of 50s and 60s music, including music type like country, rock and roll, classical, and mostly jazz. And she was inspired by these classics and then transformed them into a new form of her own music, which is really cool because it is kind of vintage but also kind of something new. And in this album, it is about the self reflection of herself during this pandemic, which is a difference that you can see in this album and her last album. Because in her last album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It is about nightmares and her mental problems that she has suffered from. But in this album, you can see some kind of hope and some kind of change in her mindset, which is really cool because we can see the unlimited and also the changeable characteristic in her spirit. And the last thing is that Billie wished the listeners of this album can feel the music and feel the stories and then have their own interpretation to the messages that she wants to say instead of directly telling them, oh, this is what I want to convey. They want the listener to think and then having them their own interpretation. And these are the 16 songs from Billie's album, from Happier Than Ever album. And these are the sound waves of every song. So you can simply see that every song is very different and have their own unique style. And even in one song, they can have a different pattern. For example, the sixth song, Goldwing. At first, it is like a murmur from the Bible, but at the later part, it is have a more strong beat and have a tempo. Yeah. So you can see the diversity in her music. And the next thing is social issue. So Billie had always made good use of her social platform since she has a huge fan base and she has participated in quite a lot of social activities, including Black Lives Matter, climate change, and women's rights. And today I'm going to put my emphasis on climate change. So, Happier Than Ever is going to have a tour recently, and it is a eco-friendly tour which is going to collaborate with a nonprofit organization called Reverb. And this organization will collaborate with different artists, and in order to make their festivals or their tour, their concerts more eco-friendly. So in this tour, they're going to offer plant-based food in the catering, and this is supported by an organization called Support Plus Feed, which is established by Billy's mother. And this organization aims to eliminate food insecurity and make plant-based food more accessible. And the second thing is that in this tour, they try their best to eliminate the single-use plastic. It is not only used in the catering, but also for the whole crew of Billie Eilish. They are going to use reusable water bottles and mugs. And the third thing is fans of Billy can buy upcycled merchandise in the stands in the tour. And these upcycled merchandise are more friendly to our environment. And we're going to move on to our last part, which is body image. And this picture is from a short film called Not My Responsibility. And this short film is from a when we all fall asleep, where do we go tour? And this video depicts Billy taking off her clothes one by one and slowly submerged into a black colored substance. And this video, this short film, aims to fight against public body shaming and self-worth versus body, because in our modern society, due to internet and social media, people are more likely to fall victim to all kinds of anxiety, including body shaming. So this is a lyrics from this short film, and it says, "Is my value based on your perception, or is your opinion of me not my responsibility?" So, Billy was known for her baggy or tomboyish clothing style for a long time, and she was both praised and criticized for this kind of unique style because it is different from the majority of the music industry. But when she tries to change a style, she tries to reveal her body, she was called by people for being too fat, too sexy, or they consider her a slut. So she was constantly being judged of her own body, and therefore, um, Billy thinks that Billy knows that she lives in a society where people's standards are based on their body size or their body shape, but she doesn't consider it is her responsibility to comply to others' beauty standards, whether they are for or against her. So, in conclusion, I believe that Billy's voice speak up for those that have less voice, and she's making good use of her social platform and her social influence. She's trying to raise people's awareness to a variety of crises and issues that we are facing right now. And her music is always being unchangeable and innovative, as you can see in my previous presentation. And also, you can see that she's taking real actions to try to make the world a better place or try to make some effort to help others. And so, in my opinion, I believe that Billy is well deserved for the title pioneer. And also, she is a representative figure of Gen Z to me. And it is not only because the music that she creates is good, but also the spirit that she shows and the action and effort that she has made makes me think that she is a great representative figure of our generation. And this is my presentation for today, and thank you for listening. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask me now.
Right. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think again, so after Trista's presentation, I believe that some of you may have some deeper understanding of this famous music artist. So can we start with any question or comment? Yes, Kari?
Okay. The times are different now. Now we're putting more emphasis on, we should love ourselves. Whether what our body shape looks like. So the anxiety that makes that makes people have anxiety about their own body images. What is the origin of that in our time now? Like,
Do you mean where does the anxiety come from?
yes, because when now we're not uh um saying this, yeah, you should be as thin as you can or something like this. So I'm
Um,
wondering what is the origin of these anxiety can come from?
okay. So I will try my best to answer this question, but it is based on my own assumption. I think the main part is because the internet and social media, and like on TikTok or Instagram, we can always see that some people, some pretty girls or some boys that they're going work out or having a slim body or they're having abs or something. Oh, they're having makeup. Oh, they're pretty. So this is one of the sources that will make us anxious because we will see how people reveal themselves on the social media, which is often the great part or the beautiful part of themselves. And this is kind of the reason why we will think that, oh, I'm so ordinary, I'm not so special. So I think this is kind of the main reason I think why we are we will become anxious of our own own appearance or shape or who we are. Did I answer that question?
Yes. Sorry about the poor wording. Thank you.
Thank you, Kari, for this really insightful question. I think Trista also gave a very persuasive answer. Yeah, I think I do agree with you. I think now people tend to believe what they see on the internet, but we know sometimes so the images of many people on the internet are fabricated. So we don't want to just over interpret those public images. Very good. So can we move on to another question or comment? Yes, Linda, please.
I would just like to make a comment. Um, I think the page you use audio tracks is very cool, and I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Linda, for the comment. Yeah, I think I do agree with you. Yeah, I think the analysis of the sound waves. Yeah, I think that's a really creative way to demonstrate the style, the changes in style in Billie Eilish's new album. I think I also saw a hand. So Emily, please.
I would like to ask because she hopes to raise awareness among public about the social issues such as climate change and single-use plastic, right? And so, do you influenced by her and do you focus on this social issue, or yeah, do you because of her and to put emphasis on this kind of social issue?
Um, I wouldn't say that I had done much effort as she did because um, single-use plastic is very convenient. But I'm trying my best to use to bring my own tableware with me when I go out to restaurant. Yeah,
Okay,
but I can't avoid all of the usage of single-use plastic for myself. Yeah.
so, my another question is like, do you believe that the celebrity can truly have the big impact on people's behavior? Since, I'm because like my idol, she also, well, she or he also like do a lot of things, but actually I will admire his song or his dance, but I won't do that. So do you agree, or do you think, what is your thought about it? Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it would be based on your judgment. If you want to believe this person's action or not, do you think this action is right? Is it really helpful? I mean, it doesn't mean that you like her and you need to support all the things that she said or she did, but I think you need to have your own 判断 to yeah, to think whether this thing is the thing that you want to support or advocate. So, like, for me, I think single use plastic, yes, it is something that would harm our environment. And yeah, it's truly something that we should try to make effort on it. And although we may not be able to do really, really well, but at least we are making some change. And this is something that she brings us. This is her influence on me, myself. And I couldn't guarantee how others think. Yeah, but this is my own opinion.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very much. I think it's another really important question. Okay, I think we have someone who also raised a hand. Yes, please.
So I want to know which of her song influenced you the most? Like the lyrics are inspiring, or the MV is yes something.
Oh, okay, okay. Personally, I would if you ask me the favorite one, I would choose 6 Feet Under because the music is beautiful. But if you said that the song that influenced me the most, I would choose My Future, which is the song I chose in last semester. Because in this song, it really delivers a lot of positive image during this pandemic. I mean, because we're going through this pandemic and it is not really easy when we yeah, facing this kind of situation. And this song kind of comfort me a lot. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sophia. I think it's another really good question. Good. So I think we have one more hand from Tyler.
Okay, I want to ask you a personal question. Have you ever bought any of her albums?
Vault,
Yes, both.
vault, vault, 投
Buy,
票. Oh,
buy.
buy. Oh, no, I don't have money, but I'm going to buy her fragrance recently. Yeah.
I want to ask more question about which one of her albums do you like the most and
Oh,
why?
okay. Definitely, I like When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go the most. Although the message is sent isn't like positive, because as I said, it is about her mental problem and the nightmare that she has suffered from. But the music is really, really, really cool. So I really love that album. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you. I think yeah, we have some really vibrant discussion, which is I think it's a really good sign. Okay. But I think now we need to move on to our next presenter. So let's give Trista a big hand. So thank you very much for your presentation. Okay. So now we're going to move on to